Afternoon and welcome to my preview of Menangle tonight, 21st of February, where we've got big 12 race card with some Derby and Oak heats and some other great races. So we'll get stuck straight into it. Race 1 is the first heat of the Derby. I'm going with number 4, Hug the Wind. This guy is one of the best New Zealand horses over there. I think he's probably favourite for the final in my opinion. I think it's not far behind Follow the Stars, so we know how good that horse is. 3 starts ago was a really nice win, then has run a couple of nice races since. This guy takes a little bit of time to balance up, so I think once the big track should suit it, and once it gets going it'll be really hard to beat. Probably will need the run, but as long as it gets through to the final tonight, that'll be good enough for it. Number 6, Spare Me Days. This one is really flying, coming off a third in the Victoria Derby final. Loves Menangle. It's really going places, this horse. I've got a lot of time for it. Number 9, Slugham for third. It's had one start from New Zealand in Victoria, where it was a really nice win. Things sort of went against it that race, but it still managed to get up, and the big track should suit it as well. And number 1, Let's Cut Loose. First up from New Zealand last start, went a very good second to My Field Marshal, which races later on tonight. That form's pretty good. Such is the strength of this heat, we're leaving out horses such as Show Me the Bling, Padrissimo, who have all got good chances, Aztec, Bromac. So it's a pretty strong heat here, but we're going to stick with number 4, which I think should be favourite for the final, Hug the Wind. We go to race 2, and here's the second heat, and number 5, the other gun Kiwi, Art Union, won a heat of the Vic Derby final, and then you can just forget it's run in the, run a heat of the Vic Derby, and then you can forget it went around in the final. Clash wheels at one stage there with Artistic Flight, and they were just basically taken out of the final, so forgive that whatsoever. Comes here tonight. I think it can grab the lead at some stage, number 5, Art Union, and be too good for them. For number 1, Burn a Hole in My Pocket, this guy led last time, and it was a narrow victory, but pretty comprehensive. Went pretty good in the Breeders' Crown last year. I think it's a better sit sprint horse, so it could get a nice trail here. Number 7, Ideal for Real. If you've missed this guy's runs in the last few starts, you haven't been watching, because it's been flying home. Menangle should suit. And number 3, My Field Marshal, won well here last start. Again, I think it's a better sit sprint horse, and should be able to get a nice run through this field. Others in the race that we've had to leave out include Kilcullen, Sporty Spook, which is probably better to the suited to the smaller tracks, Artistic Flight, which will be going up there, and Lord Merriwood. There's some good horses here again we've had to leave out, but number 5, Art Union, should prevail for mine. We come to race 3. And Adore Me, which ran third in the Vic Cup, which was a huge run, as we all know, then came out as favourite in the Hunter Cup and galloped away and lost all chance. Back to the mile at Menangle here against probably second-class horses compared to those that were in the Hunter Cup. It probably should be too good, but just be aware that last time it came to Menangle, it didn't measure up, and something wasn't quite right with it. I know it's a different horse now, but it did get beat by Van Siermik last time it was here, so I don't want to be taking stupid odds about it, but I think it should win. For number 3, Isaiah, which is being set for the Chariots. It's won 4 in a row. Looks to have continued on its great youngster form. Last start, good win up the sprint lane. Just not quite sure where it would have been the run here, but I think it's a very good chance. Won at huge odds here. There's 80 or 100 to 1 about this, Better Bet Black. This is a mile race, and we all know it's gate speed, and I can't see it handing up tonight. It was an emergency for the Miracle Mile, so it's definitely, decent enough horse, and for mine, 80 or 100 to 1 is definitely worth an each-way bet there. Number 8, Majestic Major, ran 5th in the heat of the Inter-Dominion in Queensland. It was only 12, 14 to 1 or something like that, so it's definitely got ability as well. Others in this race, a bit of a legend. It looks to have gone off the boil after last week. Its Inter-Dominion heat run was just too bad. I can't see it really improving to beat these tonight. Gaius Caesar and Mark Alert, not quite up to this grade for mine. Later on, it's a sit sprinter, but goes okay, but probably better suited back to mare's grade. Pemberton Shard, another New Zealander that's got a good draw, but really doesn't look up to this class. So, number 2, Adore Me, if it's not the best mare in Australasia, it could be the best horse, so it needs to be winning this tonight. Race 4, we come to the babies. Heats were run during the week, and the 2 winners are definitely the standout here, and it looks a match race. I'm going with number 2, Born to Rock and Roll. Looks like a really nice horse, this. Second on debut was pretty good, and then last week took the lead with 800 to go and just won as it liked by over 10 metres in 154 and change. I think it's got a lot of upside to it, this horse. I think it's going to be a very nice horse later on down the track. Number 10, Salty Robin, obviously got the gate speed for Penilla and Tritton. Led last time, they ran 153.9 or something like that. It'll be leading again today and giving them something to chase, and I think it's a match race between those two. Number 4, Major Buddy, big raps on this horse when it came down from Queensland 2 starts ago. It was off the map, $7 into 6-4 or 2-1, something like that. Could only manage 5th and then was second last start behind Salty Robin. It looks to have some ability, but it's going to have to improve to beat the top 2. And number 12, Charleval. This guy went really good last start, went second behind Born to Rock and Roll, and it's drawn the car park here, unfortunately, so I don't think it can win, but it can definitely run into a place. But it looks a match race here, but we're going with 2, 10, 4 and 12. We come to race 5. My best of the night here, Hector JJ, to upset the favourite. This guy is just flying at the moment. Second last time in the 4-year-old Bonanza behind Yankee Rockstar. Could have almost won that race with a different drive, but, you know, c'est la vie. But back to the big track here at Menangle. It's got gate speed. I think it can lead early. Number 1, Our Sky Major, one of the best youngsters last year. It's come out and ran 4th and 5th this time in New Zealand, which may look a little bit disappointing on paper. But we've only got to go back a few starts to Melton, where it did some unbelievable runs. Definitely got the... They definitely look the top 2 for mine, numbers 1 and 2. Number 9, All Eyes on Us, flew home for 4th last week in the race behind Bling It On. That was a top effort. If there's any sort of speed up front, it can definitely be running home over the top of them. And number 3, El Fuego, this one's a high-speed pacer. Really would need to lead, though, to produce its best, and I'm not sure it can cross the 2. Ran a track record at Bathurst, then come out here and was the best of Good Things Beaten a few starts ago. Then it won easy here. Last start was 6 when it couldn't cross, but they backed it from 6-1 to about 2-1 or something. So where there's smoke, there's fire, but I'm just not sure it's quite up to the top couple. But we're going with 2, 1, 9 and 3. Race 6, the other race for the babies here, and this one looks the absolute best of the night, but it's going to be $1.40. Number 4, Alabama Shakes. It'll be leading, Penilla on board. The Penilla Tritton combination obviously flying at the moment. It'll be out in front, and the only danger really looks like the stablemate, number 5, perfectly written, but I can't see there being too much pressure here, and I think Alabama Shakes will get away with the cheap quarters and then just fly home, and if it can do what it did in its heat, it just looks the winner here. From number 5, perfectly written, it's won 2 in a row, can't do much more than that, but Lauren chooses the stablemate, so there's the pointer for us. Number 8, A Battle Rose, was a huge run on debut, went second. But I really can't see it turning the table here due to the barrier draw. And they look the top 3 easily for mine, 4, 5 and 8, and then number 2 for Art Mistress for 4th. But the stablemate's definitely the top 2, and number 8 definitely for 3rd. We come to race 7. This is a very interesting race here, over the mile. I'm choosing the ex-Kiwi Let's Elope here. Been doing the Country Cup circuit in Victoria. Won a couple of those. Last start 4th. Didn't really, on paper, mightn't have looked fantastic, but it just was out the back and never really got into the race after they went too fast. I'm hoping this time we're going to be a bit closer in transit, and down the long Menangle straight it might just get home over the top of them. I'm here, number 7, Let's Elope. From number 12, Shannon's a Blast. This is the most improved horse in New South Wales racing. For mine, it's a better sit sprinter, but it's been doing a lot of work in its races lately. But I'm hoping with Tim Tetrick on board here that he can just get the best out of this guy and just save this for one last run. And it's got a great finish on it, number 12, Shannon's a Blast. Just needs some speed up front early. Number 11, Christian Sloy. Well, we could have been mistaken that it was Christian Cullen last start at Melton. It just went better than any horse you've ever seen in a carnival. It was unbelievable. It led. They went 26-6 in the second quarter, and then it just kept going away from them to win by 15, 20 metres or something like that against a good field. It was unbelievable run, and if it did that again tonight, it'll win, but I'm just not sure that it can produce that effort again. It looks the early leader. It'll be looking the winner at some stage, but this is a different story at Menangle than Melton. Number 1, McArdle's Chance, come out and won a decent race last start with a nice sit. Again, gets a nice sit on this time, and the puppet will be extricating it from the fence at some stage to try and get over the top of these. There's obviously a host of other chances here. Major Moments won 3 in a row, including a leading all the way last start here. Glenferrie Hood has won 2 in a row, led all the way here again. I'm just not sure if it can lead tonight. And Sterling William was going well until last start, so there's some really good chances here. We come to race 8 tonight, and it's the first of our Oaks heats. For mine, this guy's going to be, girl, is going to be really hard to beat in the final. Number 8, Amaretto. It came out here 2 starts ago and just cruised in from the outside barrier, and then last time went to Bathurst over a mile, galloped out and lost probably 30 metres. Managed to round them up and still come away for a comfortable win. I think this girl is flying and has got huge ability at number 8, Amaretto. The 2400 may be a little bit of a hindrance, but, you know, which of these 3-year-old fillies are proven at it? Not many really, so we're going to have to go with number 8, Amaretto. I think it can lead. Number 3, Delight Me. Favourite overall for the series. I'd probably have it nearly equal favourite or just second favourite, but it's won 4 in a row. You can't do much more than that. It's been stepping up into open class, beating the open class paces in COs and C1s. Takes a bit of time to balance up and probably have to do some work here and give Amaretto some start, but it's going well, obviously. And number 9, Smooth Showgirl, tough as they come, might have to go to the death seat here. Last start, second, went up the sprint lane behind Nikki No-No, really had no chance because they only ran for 200 metres there. Number 4, Grand Ants, a better sit sprinter than a leader, which it tried to do last time. Carried a flat tyre. It looked like suicidal tactics. Just disregard that run. Go on 2 starts ago when it just rounded them up with ease. It might be a better sit sprinter. Horses we're leaving out, a Big Lucy, which went really good in the Breeders' Crown Series last year. Glen Isla's won 3 in a row. Morty Mombasa resumed with a win, so there's some good horses here, but we're going to stick with number 8, Amaretto. We go to race 9, and this is the trotters for the night. Another heat of the World Driving Championships. I'm going with number 11, Van Sen. 3 starts in Melbourne, didn't really perform in the Australian Trotting Championship and the Night Pistol. It's a much better horse than that, as we know, and back here to its home track. It's won 8 races. It loves it here, and I think it'll be back on top tonight. Number 9, Covinta Avenger. It's the former European horse, which has taken all before it since it's come to Australia. Last start, 3rd, was really good effort behind Spider Girl, so that's great form here. And number 8, Lord Liam. It's now won 3 in a row, including last start, a pretty easy win in the Charlton Trotters Cup when taking a trail. Nicole Melander knows how to train a trotter. And back here to Menangle. You can't really beat winning form, and 3 in a row is definitely that. Number 5, On Thunder Road, the ex-pacer turned trotter. It's flying, this horse, just keeps running into some better ones. It's been behind Supper Waltz Wilson lately, and that horse is absolutely airborne. It'll be running home late, possibly for a place, number 5. Other horses, number 4, Triumphant Monarch, which has been trialling the house down, but just can't perform on race day. Kai Valley Blue, obviously a chance, and Our Over and Over, which went pretty well last time it come to New South Wales, but it's drawn the car park. So we're going to go with 11, 9, 8 and 5. For the rest of the meeting and quaddies, we're going to go to part 2. Thank you.